What is up, everyone? I am going to be ranking every Path of Exile class that is out so far in the early access, from the most boring to, I guess, you know, the most funnest, you know, the greatest to use. Basically how fun they are. You get the point. So yeah, and before we get into this list, it is basically mainly solely my opinion. I did a little bit of research, but it's just as a whole how I find them. You know, how enjoyable they are, you know, how boring they are, you know, all that. So if you do disagree, let me know, but please don't dislike. But if you did enjoy the video, make sure you subscribe. We're almost on 20 subs, we're 2 away, so if you guys can help me there, that'd be greatly appreciated. I'll give you whatever you want. And also drop a like. Let's try to get 10 likes on this video. That would be amazing. And let's go. So for the most boring class, I mean, I guess it's like one of the most popular, but for me, it's just the most boring. It's slow. And I'm going to have to say the Warrior. Now, don't get me wrong. The Warrior is like a straight up powerhouse. Like, it's proper cool smashing enemies and charging. But it's just slow, in my opinion. It's just quite slow. And it doesn't really have any flashiness compared to like a sorcerer. So it's like, I don't know. I just find it quite slow and boring, to be quite honest. I mean, it's fun for those who just like brute force and like to have like just tankiness. But if you're looking for like more depth and like versatility, I can't even say the word. But yeah, versatile shit. Then you're like, the Warrior might be just a little too basic. Okay, for the number 5 spot, we have got the Mercenary. Now, this was the very first class I ever used for Path of Exile 2. And I'm not going to lie, once I reached around level 30, I did start getting bored of using the Mercenary. Maybe I was doing it wrong, because I don't really go with tutorials, and I don't really go with the meta or whatever. I kind of just go with how I want to. And I don't know, it was just a bit, I didn't really like it, as I had to keep positioning myself a lot and rolling around a little bit too much, where I was rolling around just to get in the right position to kill all the zombies. And I just find that kind of like draining and annoying. So it got kind of boring. Whereas the Sorcerer, I'm obsessed with the Sorcerer, guys, so I'm gonna keep bringing it up. I can just spray, to be quite honest. I don't have to position myself. With the Mercenary, I had to do that quite often, and it just came a bit annoying. It was alright for boss battles, because in boss battles I could literally, I mean, boss battles are basically positioning anyway. Boss battles are fine with the Mercenary, I'm not gonna lie, but as in just going through the map, Mercenary, it was just kind of, I don't know what it is, it was just a lot, it just felt a lot longer, so it was just a bit more boring to me, and it was like kind of turning me away from the game, I won't lie. But yeah, that's mainly my reasoning for the Mercenary. Okay, next up we have the Ranger. The Ranger is actually quite a good class. It's fast, nimble, and very deadly from range, obviously. I mean, it should be. And it makes for some incredibly satisfying combat, don't get me wrong. There's a huge variety of skills. There's a lot. I mean, there is a lot for basically all the classes, but for the Ranger, I think one of the most. But it lets you basically specialize in anything, bows to element magic, basically. But the downside, it can be a little tricky for a new player. I'm not gonna lie. If you're starting out and you've never really played an MMO, I wouldn't really pick the Ranger, to be quite honest. But if you're someone who wants a class with like very heavy like durability, not really something you would choose, you'll also be like very squishy, as sometimes I had this with the Mercenary as well. You get cornered by a lot of mobs. It can be kind of awkward to get out of if you're the Ranger, but it is quite high risk, high reward gameplay. So if you're someone who likes that, by all means, the Ranger will probably be the most perfect for you. But in my opinion, it's not boring, but it's not like the most funnest, in my opinion. That's just for me. I can definitely see a lot of people who would be a little bit obsessed with the Ranger. Next up, for the third place at number 3, well, obviously that's the third place. I don't know why I said that twice, but you know what? We move on, because we don't look at the past, we look at the future, apart from when I have to rewatch my videos. Anyways, we have the Witch. Now, the Witch, I think, is great. I'm doing a series on the Witch so far, Road to Overpowered. I'm trying to get the Witch to the OP as possible. And, yeah, so guys, make sure you check that out. If you subscribe, you'll get my videos notified about that. So put notifications on. Anyways, basically, this class is just magic. Basically, only magic. You got elemental spells, you know, you got your minions, your curse abilities. There's just a lot of magical stuff. So if you like magic and you want some minions and shit like that, by all means, the Witch is perfect for you. Basically, it's a necromancer, yeah? I mean, it is a necromancer. But yeah, it is quite strong if you've upgraded it accordingly. Such as me at the start of the series, I can give my opinion on this quite well, that basically, I think it's quite slow at the start, the Witch. You're quite weak. I'm not going to lie, you don't have many spells you can shoot at if you're focusing on your necromancer army, which I did, and I kind of regret that. So I recommend you don't focus too hard on the army, just kind of slowly build it up out of time. But yeah, because you will need quite a few spells you will have to do yourself, I won't lie. It would have made my journey through Act 1 a lot easier, and Act 2 as well. There's also a lot of variety, especially with the skill tree. There's a lot you can upgrade and a lot you kind of have to focus on. For instance, I focused on minion damage first, now I'm focusing on just like physical damage or like elemental damage. So it's kind of hard to do like multiple things at once. Like you can't really do ice and fire. I mean you can, but like you're gonna sacrifice a minion damage or whatever. And also the witch basically is quite fragile. She doesn't really have a lot of health. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of die in about 5 hits. Kind of embarrassing. That might be because I need to upgrade my gear. But yeah, like I'm not gonna lie. Health is kind of non-existent. But I kind of mostly focus on my energy shield because that is literally what keeps me going in the boss battles. But basically, keep your distance, play carefully. Don't let you get hit too much, and you should be fine and OP. I mean, I hope I get OP. Next up, we have the Sorcerer. Now, I wanted to put this at number 1, but I couldn't. I've spent more time with the Sorcerer than the Monk, because obviously the Monk's gonna be next. But the thing is with the Sorcerer, I just compare at the top because I kind of prefer melee over like magical melee over, you know, spells. So that's kind of just a bias on me. But basically, Sorcerer Destruction. I'm basically going all fire with her. And I'm not even lying. I literally just go through the map just annihilating every enemy. Because like, the thing is, you use your little firewall. It summons like 8 skulls of fire. And then it also, you just put a little beam of Nova in the middle. And just annihilates them. It is the most fun in my opinion. It is really fun to use. Not the most fun, but yeah, it's just fun. And then you summon lightning in the firewall, and it creates lightning fire. Like, what more do you want? Extremely flashy. You feel extremely strong at early game as well. That's what I love about it. It just jumps you right into being OP. It's kind of nice. And yeah, you can't really... It's an extremely fun class. Like, there's not more to say about it. It's just fun to use. It's quite easy to use as well. Even the trees. Oh, you want to focus on fire? Just upgrade everything that does fire damage or element damage. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So yeah, pure chaos, pure fun, sexy. Okay, for number 1, I am going to have to say the Monk. Okay, now the reason for the Monk is basically it is a total package of everything. Basically, it's a perfect skill or blend. Bro, did I just say that backwards? I was meant to say it's a perfect blend of skill, speed, and the word I can't say, bro, I need to go to school. I actually need to go to school, even though I've been. But yeah, basically it's like a low to mid-range kind of combat character, and it's just a lot more satisfying. That's why I put it above the Sorcerer. I think it's more satisfying for me because you get the hit with all this energy shit and you know, all the elements and that crap. Whereas the Sorcerer, you kind of just blast a bunch of fire everywhere and you don't really feel the impact of hitting enemies. But yeah, it's just a lot more better in my opinion, as in more satisfying for me. Upgrading the skill tree is not too hard for it. It's quite simple. The skills are quite simple to understand as well. There's not much of a... There is kind of like a lot of do with the skills, but it's not too bad. I never really struggled with it. Well, I say I never struggled with it, but I don't even know what I'm doing if I'm honest with you. I kind of just click the pictures that look cool if I'm being quite real. Because there is a lot of depth into the skill customization. Don't get me wrong. But I just kind of... Yeah, I'm probably not the best person to talk about that. But yeah, this is my opinion on this video. So, guys, better not hate too much. But that's basically it. That's basically it for the whole list. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you drop a like. Let's try to get 10 likes and not 50 dislikes. And subscribe. We're almost on 20 subs. And yeah, I greatly appreciate all the support. This is my autistic ranking. And yeah, don't go hate on it too much. If you disagree with some stuff, just let me know in the comments. It's calm. Like, I don't really care. But like please don't judge too much. Because I know I can't rank things properly. Trust me.